Hello, my name is Shweli Ebbing. I'm a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for the fight against racism and discrimination. Today we are celebrating International Albinism Awareness Day in Rotterdam. Today I'm gonna ask some people questions about albinism and what they know about albinism. What do you know about albinism?
I know that it's, I think, a genetic mutation, and I think, I'm not sure, that they don't have color and their hair, their eyebrows, and their skin. And most of the time they also have blue eyes, I think.
Of course, I think it's like a different like skin color changes to the face a bit different, and I think it's like from birth. It's like a gene change maybe from birth. I know something about the sight of people that they have less sight.
Albinism, it's like a person is born without melatonin in the body. So the hair is white and the skin is white, and it's not allowed to go under the sun because it's going to be burning on the skin without SPF.
What do you know about albinism?
Not a lot, to be honest. I don't know much.
I don't know a lot about albinism, but I think it's about people who are deficient of the melatonin substance, and that's why they don't make like pigmentation, which is why their skin color and hair color is usually white. But I don't know for sure.
Have you ever seen a person with albinism?
I believe so, but I wouldn't know how to be certain.
The community of persons with albinism sometimes face discrimination. In some countries it's worse than in others, but we do face discrimination. How do you think we can fight discrimination?
Education. That's always the best way, in my opinion.
So I think if we spread more awareness what it is and, what people with albinism struggle day to day with racism and that kind of stuff, I think, that would help it a lot.
First, people have to get aware of it, that this is happening, and talk about it. We have to talk about it, think about it more often.
I think we need to share more information about these people in social, in media, in internet, to share this problem with more people, to speak about it.
Discrimination is terrible, of course, all kinds of. And I think it's in how people raise their children, talk about it. For example, with my daughter, I try to teach her that we are all the same and we have to all be kind to each other and give everybody the same opportunities. And I think that's important.
Just to make sure that people are aware of that it's a fact and that it's happening. And there will always be people that are racist, but I think when more people are aware, then it will diminish over time.
I also asked the question, what is albinism exactly? To Susana Rodriguez Castillo. She's a medical doctor and a para-triathlete. She was a gold medalist at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Good day, Susana.
Hello, Shweli. Nice to meet you again. I'm a person with oculocutaneous albinism and I live in Spain. I'm a medical doctor. My specialty is physical medicine and rehabilitation, and I also do sports. I'm current para-triathlon Paralympic champion.
What is albinism exactly?
Albinism is not a disease, it's a genetic condition which is inherited from the parents of the person who has this condition, and it will affect always the eyes and sometimes the skin.
What causes albinism?
There are many superstitions around albinism, but how is albinism really originated? Albinism is a genetic condition. Human beings are full made of genetic information that is inherited from both the mother and the father. So there is nothing related to magic, to culture, to religion, or anything else than genetic information.
I have met many different people with albinism, but not all of them have white hair and a white skin like me. How many different types of albinism do exist?
There are different types of albinism, but essentially we can make the difference between two types. Oculocutaneous albinism is the one that will affect both the skin and the eyes of the person, and ocular albinism is the one that will affect the eyes, but not the skin. So these people with ocular albinism may have a common physical appearance, as the biggest difference with oculocutaneous albinism, where the skin and the hair are very clear because of the absence of melanin. There are also other very less frequent types of albinism that belong to general syndromes that can affect the immune system and also the blood characteristics.
What is the biggest impact of albinism on the life of a person with albinism from a medical point of view?
In the case of every kind of albinism, the biggest handicap are visual problems. They are originated essentially because the central part of the retina, called fovea, where most of the cells that are responsible for allowing us to have an image with very high quality, very high definition, is not developed since birth. Also, it's very noticeable in oculocutaneous albinism. Our skin will not have melanin, which is the pigment that is the first barrier to protect our skin from the sunlight. So, without the skincare measures, long-term, people with oculocutaneous albinism, we can develop skin cancer problems, and these would be the two most important things in the most common types of albinism from a medical point of view.
Thank you very much, Susanna, for joining this conversation. Hello, Jorge. You are the director of the Mexican Association and represent persons with albinism in your country. Could you tell us how we can be more inclusive in our way of thinking and acting?
Vaya, pues en México tenemos una variedad cultural increíble que considero que tenemos que hacer visible todas estas comunidades que necesitan ser visibles para eliminar esta discriminación y a la vez generar una inclusión. Si generamos los conocimientos a partir de las infancias, podremos llegar a generar una cultura de la no discriminación tanto con personas con albinismo, personas con discapacidad, comunidades indígenas, afrodescendientes, entre otras. Considero que la educación debe ser uno de los pilares más importantes para eliminar la discriminación, las violaciones a derechos humanos y generar una cultura de inclusión.
Also joining me today is Nancy. She's from Tanzania. Hello, thank you very much for joining. What do you think people with albinism need?
Okay, I think people with albinism need proper health care, kind of health care that they can access, especially to treat their skin, since skin is our biggest issue. So we need proper skin care. We need understanding and loving and caring people around us.
How can we fight discrimination and how can we be more inclusive?
We can fight discrimination by giving proper awareness about albinism. We can also fight discrimination by being openly minded to learn and understand and care about people with albinism. To ensure that there is inclusivity especially in workspace and in our society, then we really need to engage and call out albinism as a people that need to be included in every sphere of life.
We learned what is needed: education, raising awareness, talk about it, be inclusive and act upon this. Please be kind and accept us, and leave no one behind. I wish everyone a great International Albinism Awareness Day. Let's celebrate diversity and inclusion together.